All right, guys, I come to y'all today with a bit of a heavy heart. I'll let you know what's going on. I tested positive for COVID-19, and I want to use my platform to let everybody know about COVID-19, and hopefully that you can avoid the situation that I'm in now. Recently, you guys know that I went to New York to get my engine done on my car. And once I got to New York, I was very cautious. I washed my hands on a regular basis. I wore a mask. I wore gloves. I kept practice social distancing. I even went as so far as to buy a microwave oven and only cook my food in the particular hotel. Eventually, it got worse in New York, and I made the decision that I needed to leave out. Um, Once I left New York, I took a plane and flew back from New Jersey to get back home, and just to make sure that no one in my family would get COVID or that I possibly didn't bring COVID back. I followed the advice and quarantined myself for 2 weeks. So I did not catch COVID when I was in New York. Let's get that straight, clear, and first. What I want to tell you guys is that once I got back to Texas, one of my family members was visiting someone who later turned out that they had COVID. And that family member, in turn, brought it back into the household. I noticed something maybe, oh, I guess last Wednesday. I got very tired, and it was around 4:30, and I just felt so sleepy, like I could not keep my eyes open. So I went and got into bed, and I remember a wife saying, "Why are you getting to bed so early?" I just said, "I'm just so tired and so sleepy." And so I got into bed and I slept that whole day, did not wake up the next day until about 8 o'clock in the morning. Once I woke up, I noticed the bed was just covered in a pool of sweat. The sheets were just soaked in sweat. So from there, I told my wife I needed to go into the doctor and get myself checked. And I immediately set up an appointment, went to the doctor's office, and my doctor asked me some really interesting questions. First, he wanted to know had I traveled in the last 2 weeks, which I told him I did not, but I was in New York, and he said, "When were you in New York?" Explained to him I was in New York, and I actually got back on like the 28th of March. And so he said, "Well, that's been over 30 days. So if you were to have contracted something in New York, then you would have already showed signs way before now." The doc checked my temperature, which the temperature was 97.4, which he said that was a good temperature. Um, the doc continued to question and said, "Do you have anybody else that maybe have come in contact with someone who tested positive for COVID?" I did some thinking, and I said, "Well, I did have a family member that I found later, known to me, was out at a poker game, and the person that was one of the people at the poker game had tested positive for COVID." So right away, my doctor said, "What we have to do is we have to treat that, and we have to send you to go get treated." I said, "Okay." So I left immediately. They swabbed my nose. Oh man, it was so painful. But swabbed my nose, And the doc said, "You don't have a fever right now. Just go home, continue to quarantine yourself, and we'll stay in contact, and I'll let you know how the results." That was on I believe a Thursday or a Friday. Monday, I got the results back, and the results were positive for COVID. So when that happened, I had to see my entire household to go and get tested for the coronavirus. On a Tuesday, I started having uh, fevers, and it was just kind of weird. I would have a fever, my temperature would run all the way up to 102, and then I would take something for the fever, Tylenol, and the fever would drop all the way back down to 97. I went to bed again that night, ran a tremendous fever. In the morning, I woke up, no fever. Come Wednesday, when I woke up Wednesday, I had a real tightness in my chest, real tightness of breath, like I could not take a deep breath without coughing. So I didn't want to take any chances on it. Um, I contacted the doctor, and he said, "Go ahead and go to the ER. We have a great hospital here, close to where I stay, that they work in conjunction with the Mayo Clinic." And so I came in, advised them that I tested positive for COVID. They immediately transferred me up to the COVID floor, checked my temperature. The temperature was running around 101.5. So they got me in, and they immediately started to treat me for COVID, and they treated me aggressively. I'll show you a chart of everything that they're doing for me with the COVID, but man, this staff is just really, really good. I mean, they're putting their lives out front. My hat goes off to these men and women. They having to deal with everybody on this floor, and to me, these people should be getting hazardous duty pay because it's a lot of hospital personnel that won't even come near this floor. So when they cook food, they'll cook it, but they won't bring it anywhere near this floor. But they wanted to address it aggressively due to me having a hard time breathing. Man, it's been a real uphill battle. So I'll show you what medications that they got me on, what they got me to take. So you can see right here on this board right here. So this is my daily routine of all these things that I that I have to do. And with that being said, guys, I'm isolated to the room. I have a monitor on me consistently that shows my oxygen level and my heart rate. Two nurses that are assigned to me. Well, actually, I have two nurses and a caretaker that are assigned to me. You can see some of my vitals there. But so let's talk about what the doctor explained to me. Uh, the doctor explained that right now is not the time for any of us to be going out and socializing. I mean, obviously, we see that. And the weird thing about it is that Texas is actually opening itself up, opening the businesses up. The doc said that obviously, if you touch something that someone has COVID has touched, and you get COVID on your hands, and then you touch your face, then you stand the potential of spreading the COVID or getting COVID-19 in your body. If you're out and about, you don't have your face mask on, and someone coughs or breathes, and that droplet gets in your eye, your mouth, your nose, you breathe it in, then you're going to catch COVID. I know a lot of people think that this is not a serious disease. Hell, I took it real serious when I was in New York, and I took it so serious that I made it all the way through New York and did not contract COVID. But I think what's starting to happen is that when people come home, they're comfortable around their friends and they're comfortable around their family members. And they say, well, I'm not going to get it because I know this friend or I know this family member. But what the doc explained to me is that the family member that contracted it from the home he was at where they were playing poker, that person is asymptomatic. And he said that you got young people that are asymptomatic or women that can get it, that can be asymptomatic, and they won't show any signs. Or if they do show a sign, it won't be a sign of sickness. At the most, they may show a loss of smell. But because that person is a carrier, is asymptomatic, that person is going around spreading the disease. And it's so hard for people to sit down and shelter in place or put on a mask, put on a glove, and not touch other people because nobody feels like they're going to get it from a friend or they're going to get it from a family member. Even though state of Texas has opened itself back up, I had friends call me today that said, man, they went by Cheddar's restaurant and the restaurant was jam packed with a line out the door. Well, most people that are serving food in Cheddar's are young people. Most young people are asymptomatic. And because they don't show signs, you have no idea who has it. So you have to treat everyone as if they have COVID-19. And that's the only way that we can get around this, guys. Man, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's a scary time. I am a man of faith. So regardless of what happened, God is in control, and I'm fine with it. But I want to make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on. I can't wait till I get out of the hospital. I got a lot of things I want to do. I got a lot of things going on with the car, but my health comes first, and I got to get back up on my feet, and I got to be healthy. There's a lot of speculation that once you catch COVID and your body has the antibiotics to fight it off, that you're not as subject to get it again. I spoke to my doctor, and he said they have no idea what's going on. He said it's over 108 strains of this virus. That some people can get it and nothing. They show no signs. Some people can get it, they'll be sick for 3 days. Some people will get it, they'll be sick for 2 weeks. Some people will get it and they'll be sick for 4 weeks. So this thing runs the gambit. It's all over the place, guys. So we have got to be careful. Um, and it's easy to be careless and say, you know what? This is my best friend. This is my family member. uncomfortable with them, but you don't know if that friend or that family member has possibly come in contact with someone that's asymptomatic. And today I saw on the news 2 staff members in the White House tested positive for COVID-19. So if you can't keep COVID-19 out of the White House with all the resource, with all the resources that we have in the United States to protect the most highest office, what makes you think that you're going to keep yourself from getting COVID while your friends and loved ones are running out, visiting, and having a good time, using this thing as a vacation. So for the last few days, my temperature has been holding. So hopefully, I'll be able to leave the facility and go back home soon. But it's all going to be on the doctor's orders. But okay, so let's recap, guys. I do have COVID-19. No, I did not get it from New York. I got COVID-19 from a family member who I believe contracted it. That family member is asymptomatic, which they're not showing any signs of it, but is able to spread it. So everybody that has been in contact with that family member is also getting tested. Anyway, guys, I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Be diligent. Washing your hands. Do not touch your face. Get you guys a good mask. Cover your eyes. And God bless you guys. We will all get through this thing together. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.